my friends. We can start in a seated position. Enjoy our beautiful day. Crisscross your legs however you wish. Just do a little cat and cow to wake up your back. Make sure you're as tall as you can be. You obviously can start however you wish. If you'd like a different position, if you don't know what to do with your hands, you can flip them open on your knees, finding your head stacked right on top of your heart. Relax your knees. Listen to our summer insect music. As you breathe in, let your belly area expand. Let your rib cage expand. Fill up as much as you can. Feel some energy come up the back of your neck, up to your forehead. And as you exhale, let it out slow. Out of your throat, out of the top of your lungs, out of the bottom of your lungs. Pull the belly button in. And make way for your next breath in. Going at your pace, filling up. All the way up to the top, maybe even holding the breath in. And let it go slow. If your mind is busy, you can take in some good energy. Keep some for yourself. And let go of some energy with your exhale as you settle into your space. Feeling even better in your body, minute by minute. On your next inhale, we can start to float our arms up. Take whatever route you want. We'll meet with our arms squeezing our ears, palms touch over top. Relax your shoulders a little bit, lower ribs in. Breathe. You can close your eyes or look forward. Press your palms together. And if your elbows start to bend, just see if you can keep them pretty straight. Maybe even touching the sides of your head. Take another breath. Visualize that breath coming up your tailbone, up your spine, all the way up your neck and head, rounding up to your forehead. All the breaths in. You're a little taller. As you exhale, let that breath come down like a candy cane shape over your head, down your spine. And over to your right. Let the right arm fall. Stretch the left away for a moment. Find that spot that's good for you. Right where you are is fine. If you want to go a little deeper, you can. A little bit of stretch. Waking up the shoulder, sending some blood there, just holding it up. Look up at the top elbow. Let the right ear fall towards the right shoulder. Belly button in, lift it back up. Maybe there's not much blood in that left hand, and then as you take it down, you can feel some blood flow down to the fingertips. Find that stretch on your left side, or right side rather. Not too much weight in the left hand. Maybe look up. If it feels okay, you can let your left shoulder come down, or left ear come down. And come up out of it. Look up, reach up, palms together. Bring it down towards your heart. Breathing in and breathing out. Take your palms open on your knees again. Keep that breath flowing. Let your right ear fall down. Back up on top, left ear down. Head back on top, best alignment you can, chin down towards your chest. Lift your head up, bring your palms together, press them together. Breathe in, interlace your fingers, press your palms down, little stretch. Bring it forward all the way up. Release, big sunshine rays. Hands come behind, interlace behind, roll the shoulders back, rinse out a little bit, look up, heart up, breathe in. And release, hands back to your heart, sitting up a little taller. Take a moment and one more round. Interlace your fingers, press it down, press it forward, lift it up, release, interlace behind, roll it back, pick those shoulders up, squeeze them together, look up, and hands back to your heart. Big breath in, we'll sigh or exhale out. Shift back a little bit. You can pick up your knees, bring your feet underneath of you, roll over to tabletop. You can transition differently if you'd like. Cow pose, lifting your chin and tailbone. Cat, press into the ground. In poses you don't have to think about left and right so much, and poses that are pretty stationary and maybe quote easy. Do your best to really be in the breath. We've been practicing together several weeks. The positions aren't brand new. So the little cues maybe you learned, scan your body, make sure you have the best alignment, taking your time in each position. Even if I give you time to do 5, maybe you just wanna do 2 really slow. Pause in your neutral table, shift your hips a little side to side, square it up, lengthen back the right leg. Same as we would do in down dog with three-legged dog. The right leg's lifted, bend the knee, and see if you can point the right knee up to the sky. Circle that knee out, wake up that joint, send some blood there. Biggest circles you can make with that knee in the sky, like it's a crayon, drawing circles with your knee joints. Lengthen it back, stretch the right or left arm forward. Find the length with your inhale, crunch it in, exhale, hold it there, cat back, knee to elbow, see if you can hold it, belly in, maybe you round up even more, press into the right arm, pull the right heel up towards your glute even more. One last second for the chin to be in, hips in, and lengthen it back out. Pause, balance. Lift up a little higher and take it down. Squared up, left leg back. And just wake up the hip, bend the knee, open the hip to the sky, stacking the hip, knee up to the sky if you can. And circle it out when you're ready. Visualize drawing those circles and then lengthen out, right arm forward, find your balance, get as long as you can. Exhale, crunch it in, knee to elbow, hold it, cat back, belly in, press into the floor with the left hand, get a little bit more up, belly in, hips in, one last sec, and lengthen it out, feel good about it, and take it down. Shift around, feeling good. Tuck your toes when you're ready. Pike yourself up to down dog. Wake up your spine. Wake up the backs of your legs. So pedal out your feet in place, right and left. One heel goes down, the other knee bends. Keep that walk all the way up to your hands. So you're in forward fold and you keep that step going. So each part along the way from down dog, you're taking little steps. Moving the hips, stretching the backs of the legs. As you get up to your forward fold, you can keep shifting the knees forward and back, bending one at a time. This time, maybe keep the heels down if you can, moving the hips, head down as best you can. Keep moving your knees like scissors side to side. 10, 9, 8, 7, like you're walking in place. 5, hanging top of the head towards the ground, all the air's out. Maybe decide to bend your knees a little more. Root down your feet, rise all the way up. Deep breath in, take up space, get as tall as you can. Mountain pose, stand up tall. Take a breath, make sure you have a good spot. You have something to stare at for balance. Big breath in, we'll sigh out the exhale. Take your arms up, next inhale. And fold, let it go. Flat back, breathe. And fold, plant your hands, get your feet back to plank. We'll pause in our plank and just pike your hips up to down dog from there. Then when you're ready, look at your thumbs, ripple forward your spine back to your plank. Keep your toes tucked, let your hips fall. Modified up dog, big back bend, shoulders over the wrist. Toes are still tucked if it feels okay. And pike your hips back up, down dog. Look at your belly button and down dog, heels towards the earth. And then look at your thumbs, ripple forward to your plank. Stay in your plank and just let your hips fall. If you like this pose, you can do this as your flow, or if you'd like to do the flow otherwise, you always can. Hips up, down dog. One last time, look at your thumbs, ripple forward, big wave with your spine up to plank, let your hips fall, heart up and forward, up dog, and down dog, exhale. One more breath, being right here in the moment. All fingers are touching, all toes are touching the ground. Feeling connected. It's nice we can be that close to the actual ground. Look at your thumbs, maybe a little bunny hops or one big jump up to your hands. 3 flat backs with your breath. Lengthen out on your inhale. Maybe your hands come up to your hips. Maybe they stay down on your toes. Fold on your exhale. Take your time. As you come up halfway, almost like a little back bend as your heart lifts and the spine goes forward, long neck. Fold on your exhale. The inhale, flat back should be a pretty big stretch for the backs of your legs. Fire it up. And fold, let it go. Practice your flow, getting your feet back to plank, lowering, finding your up dog, and meeting in down dog. You have that option you can do, blending together anything from other classes you may like. Lift your right leg up to the sky, see how it feels. Bend the knee, open the hip, same as we did in table. Knee up to the sky and draw circles in the sky with that knee joint as if you have a marker taped. And crunch it up to the nose, hold it there, cheetah, shoulders over the wrist, your body's like plank, knee to nose, tuck your chin, tuck your belly, round up as much as you can, press into the ground, hold your cheetah, we won't be here too long, and take it back up, three-legged dog, and down dog, exhale. Find your breath, you know how you feel, if you wanna do it in tabletop, go ahead, otherwise left leg up. Bend your knee, open your hip, wherever you are, you're breathing, enjoying the good energy around you, doing more than you would have otherwise. Get out of your head. Just enjoy our awesome bodies and what they can do. Crunch that knee in towards your nose, best cheetah you can, knee towards your forehead maybe. That's how much you're crunching in. Yep. Belly in, push into the ground. Breathe as if you're strong and sturdy and you could stay here super long. You're confident, stable, and then left leg up to the sky. A little release in that actual strength pose. Left leg down, find your flow, whatever that's looking like tonight. You can switch it every time if you want. Just let your exhale be matched and your inhale be your up dog and release back. Let's find a child's pose. If your heart rate's up a little bit, notice it. Let your hips release back towards your heels. Maybe your knees go a little wider, forehead down, chest down, belly down. Pick up your head an inch, walk your hands over to the right, put your head back down. Pick your head up an inch, walk your hands over to the left, put your head back down. Pick your head up an inch, go back to center, put your head down, maybe reach a little bit further. If you can, get your hands in prayer out in front, and then maybe bend your elbows. It'll be almost like a shark fin on top of your head. You might be able to inch your elbows out a little bit more. now that the forearms aren't involved. And one more breath, relax your hands, shift back to table, and shift up to down dog, long legs, long spine. Nice stretch or strengthen the shoulders. A nice stretch down the backs of your legs. Right leg's gonna go up, three-legged dog. Crunch it in, exhale, do your best, make it count. Right foot up to the hands, runner's lunge. Already a big stretch. Maybe you have to inch that right foot forward a little bit, left heel back, heart shining forward, not too much weight in your hands so you can pick them up, airplane them back, lots of strength in the legs as you squeeze the inner thighs, lift it up, high crescent lunge. Lots of balance. Get yourself there. Do your best, straighten the right leg. And most of us will actually, let's bend back into it. Let's step the left leg forward a little bit and then straighten the left so your spacing is smaller. Both feet can be down, fold over the right leg, pyramid. Should be a pretty big stretch. If you can keep the right leg almost straight, that's fine. Otherwise, you can put a big bend in it. Forehead towards your shin. And think about your warrior two feet. So your left foot's going to open out so your feet look like a letter L. And see about lifting up the left arm. Ideally, our triangle shape. It might be a little funky right now as we're getting warmed up. Bend back into the right knee. It'll be a side angle, and then lift yourself up, warrior two. If you feel short in your feet, that's fine. Pull your legs together. Bend nice into the right knee. Flip your right palm. Reach up. Reach up a little more. Then arc it back. So sometimes we might have our legs too wide. And now we can focus on the upper body. Breathe into the right. And as you exhale, cartwheel down, frame the front foot. The left leg will probably be able to go back and inch back. So your legs are like a split. Lower the left leg. Big sunshine rays. Lift up the arms, up overhead. Look up. Low crescent. Breathe. Hips going forward towards that right heel. Cactus your arms. Hold it there. Lift your heart. Squeeze your shoulders. Look up a little more. Lift your arms up. Look for your thumbs. Lower down forward. Pinkies touch in front if you can. And then frame the foot again. Lengthen back the back leg and open up with the right arm and find your twist. Left hand right underneath the left shoulder, right inside the right foot. Let's take the left knee down again one last time. Bend the knee, reach back for that foot. As you unwind, bring the hand on the inside of the right foot. So scoot the right foot out to the side. Pick up the back knee, find your lizard lunge. Make sure the right foot's pretty much in front like a runner's lunge. It's just out to the side a little bit, not too far out. Alrighty, do your best. Step your left foot forward to your squat, whatever that looks like. If you're super low, that's fine. If you're up higher, that's cool too. Anywhere in between, as long as your heels are down. Practice at home, build some things up underneath your seat so you can find that spot so you can just settle in, not use so much leg strength. Find your hands back down. Left leg's gonna go back, lizard lunge. Right leg's gonna go back to plank. Pike your hips up to down dog. Ripple forward, find your plank, find your flow tonight, and breathe. Right side's feeling good after some movement and blood flow. Let's get the left leg feeling good too. Lift it up, crunch it in, and bring it up to the hands, runner's lunge. If you have to manually move that left foot forward, go ahead and move it forward so it's right underneath the knee. Breathe, breathe. Already feeling nice. Right heel back, heart forward. Get weight out of your hands. Maybe you never even put any weight there. Airplane them back. Stay low with your heart. Then lift it up together. High crescent lunge. And if you get there and you don't like the way your legs are, if you're almost on a tightrope and you'd rather be wider, you can widen your feet. So maybe one's on one railroad track, one's on the other. Breathe. So step the right foot up a little bit, just so that heel can be completely down as you straighten the left leg. Feet are stable, legs are straight, hips are forward. Fold over that left leg. And avoid rounding. My teacher says chin to your shin. That way you really have to reach your heart. Set yourself up for triangle, warrior 2 feet. The right toe turns out, the right arm comes up. If you can stay low where you were, that's fine. If this position you have to come up a little bit to have best alignment, you can. Breathe. Bend into the left leg. Lift yourself up. Warrior 2. Squeeze your legs together as if you would pull the mat together. Flip your left palm. Reach it up. Reach up a little more. And to the back. Breathe into that left rib cage. Deep inhale. And exhale. As you're ready, cartwheel down with your exhale all the way to the floor. Runner's lunge. Drop the right knee. Sunshine raise. Arms come up. Look up. Hands to your heart. Make sure your hips are going forward. Breathe in and we'll cactus our arms. Open the heart. Belly in. Squeeze the shoulders back. Look up with your eyes. Reach up. Look for your thumbs. Follow your hands down. Try and touch your pinkies out as far as you can in front of your left toes. And then bring your hands back. Runner's lunge. Take your left arm up. Find your twist. Take your right knee down, reach back for the foot as you bend the knee up to the sky, or foot up to the sky. And unwind, put your hands on the inside of the left foot, and just scoot the foot out to maybe the edge of the mat. And pick up the right knee, lizard lunge. The hands are still underneath, like a push up underneath your shoulders. So that one leg's already in a low squat. See if you can bring the right leg up. Maybe you stay just as low. If you want to keep your hands down, kind of like a frog jump position and your hips way up, you can do that. And then little by little, your hips will go down and down underneath your head and your heart. Your toes can go whichever way your knees are. Good work. Get your hands down again. We'll step the right foot back. So you're in lizard for a moment. Then take your left foot back. You're in plank. Pike your hips up, down dog. And ripple forward. Find your plank. Find your flow. Just moving with your breath, your little resets. You can do the traditional flow or just listen to your body. Down dog. Look at your thumbs, jump up to your hands, forward fold. Toes forward, forehead down, top of the head towards the ground. A little bit of extra weight in your toes so your hips can go up to the sky. Just do the leg part of chair pose. So just bend your legs. You can stay folded over as much as you want, and just bend your knees to whatever you want your chair to be. Make sure your knees are over your ankles as best you can. So you might have to shift some weight back to your heels now. The energy has to go back out of your tailbone, out of your lower back. You can start to peel up to a straight spine as it makes sense, keeping your chair legs and finding a flat back, and you almost hold that flat back. So chair pose, I didn't mean to confuse you. Arms can be however you wish. Gaze is forward, maybe even up. One more breath in. As you straighten your legs, come up, maybe come up on your tippy toes. Balance, heels up, squeeze your calves, palms together. Heels come down, now you're super stable. Hands to your heart. Balance, pick up your right knee. You're gonna cross and do figure four, and that left leg is gonna do chair. So look at the knee, make sure it's right over the ankle, or maybe you're just shifting it back and trying. Press the ankle into the knee a little bit more. And we're gonna stand up, reach the knee up, maybe arms up too. Extend that leg out, point the ankle, breathe, palms together. Lift it up a little higher. And warrior three, swing it back behind you. Find that capital T shape, balancing, right leg back. Lie down to standing split, right leg up. And step the right leg way back, runner's lunge. Drop the right knee and shift yourself back to a half split. So you straighten the left leg, the left toes pop up. If you went too far back and your hips over your heels, try and keep your hip right on top of your knee. You might have to shift forward with your front foot. So hands can be on the inside of the leg, they can be framing the foot, or maybe on the outside for a little extra side stretch. Left toes coming up if they're not already, flexing up towards the shin. Walk the hands on the inside if they're not already. Swing that leg over to the side for gate pose. And kneel on up, arms to T. Lean over to the left. And come back to T, teeter over, right hand down, left hand up, left leg up. Bend the left knee, reach back for the top of the foot. Open the heart, breathe. Try and keep the knee right in line with the hip. Slowly take it out. Slowly bring it up. In child's pose with the left leg extended. And walk your hands back to your right knee. Everybody will transition a little different, but if you can pick up enough to kind of swing that right leg underneath, so you have enough room to sit down. Otherwise, just make your way to your left leg out and your right heel in. Sit up tall, turn over towards your left and fold. Clock that right shoulder down if it's popping up a little bit. Walk your hands in, flat back. We're going to cross the left arm and touch the right knee. Right hand up and over towards the left toes. Yep. So you can use that knee to kind of hold yourself. That way you don't have to use your core so much. A little bit more of a let go. Maybe look up at that top elbow. And as you take it out, right hand comes behind you. We'll lift up our seat. You'll come up on your right knee and your right shin. Lift your left arm, lift your hips, do whatever feels right, as big of an expression as you'd like a funky little kneeling back bend. Come back down with your seat. We're going to cross the left on top, so the left ankle will be on top of the left knee. The right knee will, well, you know, log legs, yeah. Left one on top. Just that's good enough. Just chill there. If you're still trying to match it up, just keep on doing your best. There's a lot of space. Just notice it. Maybe you put something in there, or you just chill. If you need a little more, you can hinge forward. Should be pretty intense. You don't have to push or force yourself into anything. And shift your way back, unwind, find your legs out, boat pose, balance on your sitting bones, or a little bit back actually on your tailbone. Yep. One day, straight legs, pointed toes, straight arms, straight back, belly in, everybody, heart up, breathe. 2 more breaths. 1 more breath. Cross your ankles, put your hands next to your seat. See if you can pick up your seat with your feet down. Pick up your feet with your seat down. I think we all can do that one. And then maybe both. Tuck your feet underneath, go back. Oh no, we're gonna stand up. Don't touch the floor. You got it. Arms up, breathe in, make sure you got a stable base, lift your left knee. You tap down 100 times. Each time it's up, it's 1 more second of balance for that bottom ankle. Hands to your heart, cross over, find your figure 4. Remember your nice chair pose with your right leg. So if your knee goes forward a whole lot, you'll probably feel like you can go super low, but instead bring the knee back over the ankle and go slow. Open that knee, lots of balance, lots of stretch. Stand tall, arms up, left knee up. Straighten the leg, point the toe, breathe. Palms together. Squeeze your arms against your head. Energy out of the big toe. Lift it up a little higher. Warrior three as you swing it back. Balance, find that capital T shape, or you can do airplane if you'd rather. Fly down to your standing split. Left leg stays in the sky. Beautiful work. Yep. Love it. Everybody can just go down with gravity, but it's awesome if you challenge yourself, you lower yourself down. Step that left leg way back, runner's lunge. Drop the left knee, shift your hips back to your half split. So my spacing usually makes my hip go back too far, so I have to scoot my right foot forward a little bit so my left hip is right on top of the knee, and then you get a nice split. Right toes up, chin towards your shin. Decide where you want your hands. Where you have it is fine. If you put it on the outside of the leg, you'll get a more of a stretch on your side. Walk your hands in if it's not already. Swing your left leg out to the or right leg out to the side. Find your gate set up and come on up. Lean over to the right. Beautiful. As long as the right foot's like you're standing. Come over to the side. Left hand down, right hand up. Pop up the right leg. Everybody's alignment look good on the first one. If you feel like the left hand's in a weird spot, just make sure it's right underneath the shoulder. Bend the right knee, reach back for the top of the foot. It's okay if maybe you got it in a weird way. Just keep your knee in line with the hip if it lost the alignment with that straight line. You can look up if you want. Open it back out. Go back to your gate and fold child's pose. Take another breath. Enjoy your stretch. As you come up, get that left heel underneath of you so you can sit down. So the right leg's out, left heel's in, sitting up tall. Stretch over towards the right leg. And just notice what your left shoulder's doing. If it's popping up a little bit, you want it to be as straight as possible. Breathe, enjoy our evening. Come up halfway, sit up tall. Right hand crosses over, grab your left knee, reach up and over. And use that knee, kind of just let it hold you. As you come up, left hand comes behind. You'll lift your seat, come up on your knee and your shin, lift your right arm, lift your hips. Breathe. Bring it down. Do your log legs, right leg on top. So see if you can get your ankle right on top of the knee, and then the rest will come as we go. Sit up tall. You can always put a sweatshirt or something in that space if you want, or a yoga block. Lean forward a little if you want a little more. Shoulders out of the ears. Just breathing 3 breaths together, not doing anything is beneficial for our nervous system. And then we do a couple twists or a stretch, make our blood vessels work a little harder, our blood pump a little more for us. And then we can release, stretch your legs out, move them around a little bit. Just sit up tall. Let the blood flow a little bit more naturally. Press into the ground. Sit up a little taller. At home, you can put 2 textbooks next to you so you have some extra lift so you can really press into the ground. You might even be able to lift your seat up. That's not the idea, but that way you can really press into the ground. Because some of you, it might be too far for now and you really can't make that connection. Ears up, shoulders down. Keep that long spine and reach for your big toes. Take a little flat back, regrip, grab your little pinky toe side. It'll assist to make your feet more like they would if they were standing. If you lose the alignment of your knees just to get your feet, you might want to bend your knees so your knees stay in the direction of your toes. Pretty straight legs with your hips. If you don't want to reach your toes, it's still effective to pull from underneath your knees. One more breath, just hinging. And as you come up, roll yourself back, little slack in your knees so you can give yourself alignment in your spine, rolling bottom to top. Once you're there and settled, lift your legs up to the sky, L pose, let the blood flow down, opposite of gravity. Stay as you are. If you want to lift your seat up and do plow, feet to the floor above your head, you can do that. Or you can just start to practice. Your hands can be by your side, your feet are already up, and just try and lift your seat up as if you're going to stamp your feet on the sky. If that's where you're at today, that's fine. If you get your hips up pretty high and you can put your hands on your lower back, you're allowed to assist and kind of push yourself there. Just once you get up in your shoulder stand, don't look around so your neck can be safe. Three more breaths wherever you are. Maybe you pull the legs a little for an extra hamstring stretch. You can try to move each toe individually, the same as we have the ability with our hands. And as you come out slow, bend your knees, put your feet on the ground, probably as wide as your mat, maybe even wider, and windshield wiper your knees side to side. Keep going at the pace you're going. If you want to hang out on the right, you can just chill there. If your feet are too close, you might want to widen them out so the knee can go all the way on the inside of the other thigh. And then when you switch, the knee has some space to go all the way down to the floor. Pause with your knees up. In Ashtanga, we do I'll call it a funky bridge. So you're going to put your heels together and let your toes go out, kind of like duck feet, if that makes sense. Feet are still on the ground, knees are bent. You're still standing on the ground as if you were standing up. Yep. Knees are bent, point your toes out. If your heels are too close, you can move them far away from your body. Arms by your side, heels next to each other, toes pointed outward. Lift your hips up like bridge. Knees will be angled out a little bit, but you have some active energy pulling them together. Looks great. Perfect. You might be able to squeeze your glutes, lift your hips up even more, press those feet into the ground, press your shoulders into the ground. As you lower hips, reach for your heels so you get a little bit longer of that lower back. Hug your knees in. Scan your body, see what you need. Maybe another twist. Maybe just a stretch of your legs and arms one last time before you head to your resting pose. Choosing however or whatever shape works best for you. Whatever rest pose you choose, make sure your legs can be heavy, your arms can be heavy, your head sinks down. Feel a little pressure on your feet to flop open. Feel a little pressure on your shoulders to melt down. Close your eyes. Enjoy the little sounds of the end of summer. Release tension in your jaw. Natural breath. No work at all. Probably first time since you woke up today. Couple minutes, totally tuned into you. Zone out. Let it all go.